There are times in life that not only shatter your heart, they redefine it. And this is one of them. Imagine having the chance to watch your child step onto the stage, already having overcome more than most adults will ever face in a whole lifetime. That's life for Maddie Brown Brush and her incredible daughter, Evangeline, affectionately referred to as Eevee. Born with Fatco syndrome, a condition so rare that it takes an act of Congress to study it, Eevee entered the world with a diagnosis that altered everything from the get-go. Her syndrome meant that certain bones in her body hadn't formed right. It meant having to make impossible choices, living with amputation, adapting to prosthetics, and creating new ideas of what normal would be. But if you believe that held her back, think again. Hi guys, I'm Ania, and welcome back to Reality Recap. If you're looking for real storytelling, unfiltered growth, and a closer look at what reality TV doesn't show, you're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Has there ever been a moment from Sister Wives that has stayed with you? Because this one remains. If you've been watching Sister Wives from the beginning, you know it's never simply been about polygamy or huge families. It's always been about survival, self-discovery, and rebirth. And nobody's tale illustrates that more than Maddie's. She was born into the whirlwind of a severely complicated family dynamic and could have gone down the same well-worn trail. But she didn't. Instead, she built something radically different. One grounded in truth, strength, and fierce love. Today, we're diving into a story that isn't just heartwarming. It's powerful. A child who refused to be limited by her diagnosis, a mother who let go of expectations, and a journey that shows us resilience doesn't always roar. Sometimes it dances. Literally. Stick with me, because what Maddie and Eevee have revealed to the world isn't simply courageous. It's quietly, profoundly revolutionary. When Maddie Brown Brush brought her daughter, lovely Evangeline, Eevee, into the world, she couldn't possibly have foreseen that the loveliest moment of her life would end up being its most terrifying one. Only days after her daughter was born, doctors delivered Maddie a diagnosis that flipped her world on its head: Fatco syndrome. It's a very rare condition that affects bone development. In Eevee's case, it meant being born without many of the bones in her limbs, absent fibulas, toes, and an operational lower leg. Maddie put it best herself in a tearful social media statement. She said she didn't know what the future held for her daughter. It all came crashing down in an instant. And this is where it hurts most. Any parent would. Maddie threw everything at getting the best care, the best solution, the best possible path. But when experts informed her that the best route to mobility and comfort would be to amputate a portion of her baby's leg, she was presented with a decision no mother ever should be asked to make. She opted to grant her daughter liberty. Not the type that avoids pain, but the type that has space for possibility, movement, and happiness. That first year was spent with doctor's appointments, prosthetic fittings, weeping, and the sort of bravery most folks never get called upon to access. And then the moment, the first step. A prosthetic was created custom to Eevee, and in no time, she was walking, then running, and amazingly, dancing. This year, following a complete school year of rehearsals, Maddie reported her daughter walked onto the stage for her recital. No extra attention, no spotlight. Just a little girl in her costume, smiling with self-assurance, eager to let the world know what she was capable of. Maddie didn't post a video clip, and she didn't have to. What she said spoke volumes. She's kind, fierce, resilient, sharp as a tack. And each time I see her glide through life, I'm reminded how fortunate we are to have her shine in our world. Yor could sense the pride dripping off the screen. That recital wasn't a dance, it was a re-scripting of the story. A diagnosis that previously seemed like a full stop now was only a comma, a moment, not a constraint. Eevee didn't perform. She prevailed. Maddie Brown-Brush might have stayed in the background of the turmoil she knew as a child, that of being the daughter of Kody and Janelle Brown, members of a tabloid-grabbing family that's been on national television for more than 10 years. Her youth included cameras, drama, and a family map that she eventually decided to leave behind. And that decision? It all changed. Today, Maddie is no longer defined by the surname or the scandal always swirling around her dad. She's built something entirely on her own, a life all about healing, truth, and intention. From motherhood to entrepreneurship, she walked back from the storm and into a calmer, more stable form of power. Maddie's online persona does not pursue the spotlight. It provides it. Her updates about life with a child who has a limb difference are not slick PR spin. They're raw, real. She's allowed the world to witness the tears, the fear, and the surprise joy that come with being Eevee's mom. And fans? They've taken notice. They relate to her because she's not winning. She's revealing the messy in-between, the beauty hidden in plain, everyday moments. Aside from parenting, Maddie's discovered an entirely different route with her mom, Janelle. Advocacy for health and wellness. They've even become the #1 endorsers for a supplement brand. And sure, some may scoff at that type of job, but for Maddie, it's never been about selling a product. It's about taking back her story. It's building a life that's hers, one without the poison she knew previously. Then, of course, there's the garden. Maddie and Janelle have been chronicling their experience of creating a garden from scratch. Fingernails black with dirt, seedlings getting sunlight, giggling through their posts. It's not just a hobby. It's representative. It's love-based growth, healing cultivated slowly, season by season. Now Maddie is taking action, literally. She's planting roots near Janelle, opting to reside near the one parent who remained by her side not only as a mom, but as a co-creator of this new story. This isn't merely a relocation across a state line, it's a step in the direction of the type of family Maddie's been deliberately building, one she guards, feeds, and develops. Maddie Brown-Brush has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to build a life of substance and emotional richness, while her dad, Kody Brown, appears to be careening in the opposite direction, tumbling further into a form of fame that has long since turned tarnished. Now the self-assured patriarch of the show Sister Wives, Cody seems more like a cautionary tale of ego, control, and increasing unattached from reality. Let's be real. Cody's public image has suffered greatly since the implosion of his plural marriages. He's nearly disappeared from the lives of his older children, particularly those who've criticized him. His daughter, Mykelti, has gone on record bashing him for being emotionally unavailable, and the fans have caught wind. When Cody resurfaced through Cameo, costing eye-watering amounts for custom videos, fans were quick to jump on what many perceived as a pitiful attempt to hold on to fame. But it was the age posted on his profile that really made people go wild. Cody was 42, or so he claimed, while his oldest son, Logan, was only just 31, of course. And of course, naturally, fans calculated. And the calculation wasn't a lie. He was obviously shaving years off. And why? Vanity? Influence? That's when the internet went wild. Reddit blew up with memes, TikToks went around comparing his Cameo age to actual timelines, and everyone began wondering whether Cody himself realized how out of touch he'd gotten. His social media accounts, meanwhile, went dry. No selfies, no posts, just silence. The only glimpses fans get anymore are from the occasional cameo or a fuzzy fan photo. One recent appearance in Idaho, Cody and Robin at a graduation, triggered a new wave of speculation. A Facebook commentator reported that a friend had run into them, even posting a group photo, and threateningly warned, "Keep your daughters inside." Some of the posts were amusing, others awkwardly serious. The admonishment sounded like half joke, half concerned. No one views Cody anymore as a wholesome dad. They watch a man who had spun his story for years, then disappeared the minute the truth caught up with him. Even today, when he's seen out in public, it's not often with his children. It's always Robin, the one wife who remained behind. But to many of his fans, that devotion doesn't appear to be love. It appears to be isolation. So as quietly as Maddie is demonstrating to us what real grounded development appears to look like, Cody is demonstrating the other side. What takes place when you cling way too hard to a picture that ceased being actual a long while back. When TLC released the sneak peek for part 2 of the Sister Wives Tell All, viewers were already preparing themselves for yet another bout of manufactured tension, expertly cut out half-truths and emotional mines. But no one saw what came next. The twist? That Kody Brown, yes, Cody, was allegedly planning a so-called guy trip with none other than David Woolley, Christine's new husband. Let that percolate for a moment. Cody, the guy who couldn't cope with Christine's independence and openly wrestled with her departure, is now considering broing it up with the man she ultimately chose to marry? Fans didn't know whether to laugh, cringe, or sound the alarm. Some chalked it up to a peace offering, but most saw it for what it likely is, a strange PR move, trying to soften Cody's image and prove he's not bitter. But let's be real. The timing feels suspicious, and the intention? Hazy at best. This whole trip idea left viewers scratching their heads. Is Cody looking to mend fences or stir the pot? Is he attempting to erode Christine's happiness, quietly force his own story upon David? Whatever his game is, fans aren't having it. And honestly, neither are we. Because David Woolley, unlike Cody, has demonstrated himself to be peaceful, courteous, and utterly unbothered by the drama around him. He's not pursuing the spotlight or going into reality TV theatrics. He's simply been reliably there for Christine and her kids, quietly and significantly. So the notion of him drinking beers or bonding over some cringeworthy road trip with Cody, seriously, it just doesn't feel right brand. This entire suggested guy's getaway isn't just awkward. It highlights just how out of touch Cody is with where the rest of the family has gone emotionally. Christine's moved on. Maddie's flourishing. Janelle's creating something new that isn't about mess. And Cody? He's stuck, holding on to whatever control he can continue to fake. Only now, it doesn't come across as leadership. It comes across as desperation. And the contrast? It's stark. While others are recovering, growing, and reauthoring their own futures, Cody is mired in attempting to repaint the past in a positive light, calling growth where it's actually just rebranding. It's truly wild to look back on how far Sister Wives has strayed. What began as a vision of togetherness, separate houses but a unified large blended family, a promise that love could expand rather than split, has disintegrated. That initial dream cracked. And what appeared to be an outside-the-box family experiment once now reads like a stark warning sign. And smack in the middle of it all, a little girl named Eevee stepped onto the stage and stole the performance. Because while certain grown-ups continue to grasp for shattered identities and outdated roles that no longer benefit them, Eevee is penning a brand new narrative, one with motion, bravery, and unapologetic happiness. Maddie didn't walk away from a bad past. She walked into a better future. She became a stronger, wiser person, a person that now fans admire and look up to. In the meantime, Cody is stuck in that old familiar rut: clumsy PR attempts, out-of-touch choices, and a desperate attempt to remain relevant in a world that's left him behind. So now I need your thoughts. Do you see Cody headed in the right direction, or is he just digging deeper into denial? Can real change still happen after so much wreckage? Or is the actual growth unfolding all around him, just not within him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from finished. I'm Anya, and this is Reality Recap. If this video made you feel something, even a little bit, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a like and return for more in-depth explorations of the stories that truly matter, undefined, because sometimes the quiet wins, such as a brazen little girl dancing on stage under the bright lights, shine much more brilliant than 10 years of shattered promises.